guess I'm just not interesting. I have no personality. I met a guy with cancer, and he felt sorry for me. I've never been a social guy. I'm always making children cry. I guess that's just the way it's meant to be. Help me make it out of bed, 'cause I am scared and sad. Help me make it through the day, 'cause there's nothing out there for me anymore. 'Cause I'm always coming in last place and getting dirt kicked in my face, and everyone pushes ahead of me and no one stops to care. And I curse the gods each day in vain for giving me this life of pain, when all I really need's a little hug. Help me make it through the night, 'cause I am tired and alone. Help me make it through the night, 'cause I don't like myself.
Testing. Testing 1, 2, 3. Check. Testing the mic. Help. 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 Testing. Testing 1, 2, 3. Check. Testing. Asparagus. Green onions. Green onions. Hello everybody, and welcome to Henry's Kitchen, where today we're going to be making Henry's holy guacamole, made famous from my video on YouTube about 10 years ago. I'll be reading from the Henry's Kitchen cookbook today, since this is my own original recipe. So we're going to see how it holds up. Grab your sombrero and your quinceañera because we're going to have a fiesta. This traditional Mexican snack dish gets its name from the Aztec words guacamole, which translates roughly to avocado concoction, which scientists believe was shortened to just guacamole, or the Americanized guacamole, but no one really knows for sure. I'm very excited about the dish today and just generally how things are going here on Twitch. I recently submitted my application to become a partner because I've fulfilled the requirements, and I have you to thank for that, in addition to a lot of other people that I'll get to later. But it's been quite a journey. I think back to when I started here on Twitch, cooking live lessons right from my little kitchen about 4 months ago, and to think that now I'm still doing that. It's pretty cool. Check. Can you hear me okay? All right. Let's see if some questions here. Budgies are cool says, will this mean YouTube will not have new videos? No, I'm still always going to be putting out YouTube videos, and I do a new video every month on my Henry's Kitchen Patreon. So, there's always going to be ways. Okay. Dignity Level just resubscribed. Thanks, Dignity Level. Addicted 222 says, can you play Disney Infinity 3.0, please? Oh, hi. Sounds good to me. Thanks, Jesse, for gifting 10 subs. Yeah. On the Discord, there's an area that says game suggestions. So, Addicted 222, maybe you could join the Discord. Reach out to me that way. I've been getting more active on it. It's really wonderful. There's recipe suggestions. Thanks, John Lovitz Admirer. For a second, I thought it was John Lovitz, but it's a John Lovitz Admirer. Just as good. So, yeah, reach out about that. And then Mochi's Nirvana's here. I did a real fun game night on Thursday night with Mochi's Nirvana, who really carried the gaming part for me. I'm really only good at games where it's sort of like an adventure style game where you have to figure out puzzles, but you have an unlimited amount of time, because my brain works slower than the average person. But anyway, let's get into. Well, we got a long comment here from Hacklin. I have slept under the local bridge since my mom kicked me out. Thanks, Velcro Muff. Luckily, I can catch the Wi-Fi from the local Starbucks to watch your show. Do you have any tips on how to wash yourself living in the streets? No, I have lived in my car, and I've found that if you can find some kind of a container, it could be a coffee mug or a bottle or whatever, you can fill that up with public bathroom water and then just sort of wash the essential parts of your body until you find a home. And I'm not joking about that. Let's see. Cookie Monster says stuck under the bridge. Yeah. Well, let's take a look at what we're up against here. But again, I want to thank everybody, and I'm doing I'm doing phase 2 of my first sponsored broadcast stream, Twitch stream, on Wednesday, and I'm very excited about that. We're going to do the unboxing of the product that I ordered, which is a meal box, and that's still going. If you look underneath the video here on the Twitch website, you should see a link and a code that lets them know if you order it that you're getting it from the Henry's Kitchen stream. It's called Factor 75, and it's a great deal. So, and you save money that way too. So, okay, where was I? Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at some of our ingredients here. So what you can see here is we've got a cutting board with some tortillas on it. We're going to be making the tortillas. I'll show you generally what we're going for today. It's going to be a fine guacamole with some homemade chips. And this is going to really be a great afternoon dish for the summertime. Even though I know the summertime's not quite, I think we're leaving the summertime, but it's actually going to be good for any time. I think somebody said in the chat that it was going to be good for watching the big game. I'm not sure what big game that they're talking about, but you can watch probably any game. We've got our green onions, otherwise known as scallions. We've got our, I've got spinach tortillas, which are not as tasty, but they're going to be a little healthier for us. That's what we're going to make our chips out of. 2 guacamoles. I've got pepperoncini, or no, this is a jalapeno pepper, but you can use any kind of pepper that you want. And our spices, I've got pepper, salt, and some stoked cumin.
Oh, hi.
Beelzebub just gifted 5 subs. Thanks, Beelzebub. And I don't know if I thanked Velcro Muff or not, but thank you, Velcro Muff. Oh, that's my oven. I'm going to make this very clear. We need to preheat our oven for this in order to make the chips. I've forgotten this step so many times, and I've had to preheat the oven in the middle of the recipe, so all of a sudden I've got 20 minutes of downtime. Always preheat your oven before any dish that you're doing, even if the recipe doesn't say to do it, because you're better off having it going than to find out in the middle of the recipe that, oh fuck, I gotta preheat my oven and wait 20 minutes. So some people like to leave the oven preheated at all times. That's okay during the winter time, but I wouldn't suggest it over the summer when you have a heat wave. Sholto Unworth says, not the cursed green tortillas again. Yeah, I believe we used these for something before. Oh yeah, we used them for my chutney cheese weenie bites. But here we go. Lord Dick on Manwoody has just resubscribed for 3 months. Thanks, Lord Dick on Manwoody. At first I thought it said Lord Dick Conman Woody. But it says Lord Dick on Man Woody. Prince Kenny says, for how many people is this recipe? And by what number do I need to divide each measure if I'm making this just for myself? Okay, that's a good question. Holy guacamole. This makes 1 guacamole and serves 1 person. So we're just doing this for 1. This is guacamole for 1. So that's a great question. If you want to do more, you're going to double it. If you have 2 people, double it. 4 people, you're going to quadruple it. And if it's 8 people, you actually do it times 16. So let's take a look back here. I think it's time to get started. Thanks, Danny Dan has resubscribed. Thank you, Danny Dan. Okay, so we're going to start by moving all this shit out of the way to where we just have our tortilla. Now, I was pretty sure I had 2 tortillas. Oh, yeah, here. This one's getting curly for some reason, so no worries. Hey, these are not going to be as pretty as the ones you buy in the store, but they're going to be homemade, so they're going to be a hell of a lot more impressive. The Sky says, is this safe for children? Probably not. There's going to be sharp objects. There's going to be fire. There's going to be the potential for failure, and none of these things are good for children. So, we're going to start by cutting this into 4s. I'm just going to grab my knife, which is somewhere. Okay. You know, it's interesting. If I cut it on here, the tortilla is actually the same color as my counter. So that's why I'm using a board here. We're going to cut it 4 ways. Okay. So avocado is the word. Sometimes I'll say guacamole. I feel like I heard that as a term, but I could have just imagined it too. So you might hear me say avocado or guacamole, but just know that I'm using them interchangeably. Okay. So here's our chips. That one is unfortunate. I'm going to go ahead and cut it into 8ths. So we have 2 tortillas that we're cutting up into 8ths. So we're going to have 8. Alexa, what's 8 times 2 tortillas?
This might answer your question. 8 times 2 is 16.
Okay. I always like to have Alexa around for math. Okay, so here we have our tortilla chips. Now what we're going to do is we're going to place them on a cutting board, or I'm sorry, on a cookie sheet. Now this is filthy. I'm going to go ahead and put a aluminum foil sheet underneath it. I never wash my cooking appliances, or whatever you call them, my silverware or whatever these things, pots and pans, I don't know. I never wash them because generally speaking, you're going to be able to either put something on top of it, or you're getting flavor from the previous recipes that you've made, and if you wash it, it's going to taste like soap. So let's grab some of our butter here, and let's grease these up real good. It's better if the butter's softened, but this is okay. I'm probably not going to use this area because I put a hole in it by doing it too fast, like a spaz. Ah, jeez. Okay. All right, so I'm going to try to lay down our tortillas in the area that's not. Also, this is very important. I have tin foil on stuck into my butter. Do not ever eat your butter with tin foil stuck on it, because that will kill you. I actually recently, I don't know if you guys remember, but recently we made Granapple-Gurt, which is yogurt with granola and apple, and we put them in a melon bowls. I was thinking I might be able to store those melons for a long time, but they were in there for several weeks, and I guess there was some kind of fungus or mold or something that was growing on them, so I dumped them in the trash. But then I put them in, I used the same bowl to store my potatoes, and then I ate the potatoes, and I think I got whatever that fungus was. So you just want to be very careful. I'm going to cut this whole part off and throw it in the trash so that I don't take any chance of ingesting any tin foil, because we don't want that. That will absolutely destroy a 53-year-old bachelor. Okay, so let's start laying down. Okay. Thanks, Knifey McEdge has just subscribed. Thanks, Knifey. And let's start laying down our tortillas. And try to space them out. And again, I'm going to try to use the parts that aren't compromised, which there's plenty of room. We only have 2 times 8 of these, so we shouldn't have much difficulty in terms of finding room. If you're just joining us right now, you should be aware that we're making Henry's Holy Guacamole with homemade chips. And this is going to be a fun snack for you if you're watching the game or just sitting alone by yourself doing nothing. It's going to be good. Alright, so now we'll do a little bit of seasoning here. I'm going to use just a tiny bit of our stoked cumin, along with some ground pepper. You can use the pre-ground pepper, but I kind of like the process of grinding it. It's very sort of therapeutic. Same with the salt. No shortage of salt on any dish, period. Okay, so there's that. And the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a spray, avocado oil in this case, and we're going to cover that. I can really smell the cumin. Couple of flies, which is, I say, a good sign because they must smell something good cooking. Sveen says, looking good so far, Henry. Thank you. Also, I want to say that if you're joining along, I post all the recipes, ingredients on the Discord, hopefully the night before. This time I did it this morning. If you're following along, you should have something in front of you that looks like this. It's basically triangular shaped tortillas covered in oil on a tinfoil lined cookie sheet. If you do not have that in front of you, you might want to scrub back and see where you fucked it up. So I'm going to look at the book, and I'm getting this again from the recipe book, which is available on Amazon. I'm not here to sell my book, but if you are interested, you can get the Henry's Kitchen Volume 1 and Volume 2 books on Amazon. They're very expensive, I will say, and the cut of money that goes to me is very small. But they are available. Where were we here? Okay. So number 1, start by cutting open 2 guacamoles. No. Okay, the book doesn't mention this tortilla recipe. I was just kind of doing that by memory, but that was a fuck up in the book. So, okay, here we go. We're going to just put these in the oven for... Alexa, how long do you cook homemade tortilla chips?
A recipe from Side Chef recommends to bake homemade tortilla chips in the oven for 10 minutes at 325 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay, thank you. So, all right. I've got it at 350. Okay. So I'm going to bring that down, and we're going to put that in there for 10 minutes. And I'm going to say thank you to Spider Toad, who has just subscribed, along with Knifey McEdge, which we thanked earlier. So we have 10 minutes now. I think it's time to start working on our guacamoles. Maybe Support asks, is it okay to stray from the recipe? Generally not. Generally you want to do it by the book. And that's just good advice for any part of living. Prince Kenny says, I didn't comprehend your previous instructions. I only made one tortilla triangle. You could work with that. Just go ahead and put it in the oven, and then maybe you can break it up afterward. Delinquents, don't forget to set your timer, Henry. Oh, good call. Alexa, how long was it? 10 minutes, I think. Alexa, set timer.
Sorry, I'm not sure.
Alexa, set timer for 10 minutes.
10 minutes, starting now.
Technically 9 minutes probably now. Okay, let's get into the next phase. I'm going to grab our cutting board again. And we are going to start cutting these guys open. Let's take a look at the recipe here. Number 1, start by cutting open 2 guacamoles. Remove outer layer of skin if possible and deposit into a standard cooking work bowl, which I have here. Mash contents with fork until smooth and flat, about 2 hours. So let's start by doing this. Just want to cut this open. Stubborn. Okay, Cookie Party just subscribed. Thanks, Cookie Party. You got to get this fucking nut or whatever it is out of there. Wow, it's really in there. Okay, we got it. So now we're going to remove the outer layer portion, otherwise known as the skin layer, the epidermis, which is part of the guacamole's immune system. It's a protective layer to keep people from eating it, which doesn't work very well, obviously. There we go. Dump that in the work bowl. Let's remove some more of this. Your hands are gonna get messy for this one, so make sure you have a I actually have a water. I always try to keep a water jug there to dip my hands into. Somebody, looks like Snap1213 has just subscribed. Thanks, Snap. Now let's get these. We got to do another one of these things, which is not easy. I wish it was. See, what happens is it goes to the nut inside of it. Fuck. Okay, I'm gonna get this part. We might not bother getting the whole 2 guacamoles in there because it's really not what's the word? It's not behaving properly for us. And I'm having a hard time removing the skin. This sucks. Hold on. Okay. Chicken Water has just resubscribed. Okay, so this is challenging. What I'm doing right here is not easy. I could walk away and just say, fuck it, we've got 1. Why do we need 2? But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try to be creative. I'm going to try cutting the skin off with the knife. There we go. So I've already got here. Can you hear me okay, by the way? Help! By the way, sometimes when I say help, I see that people are worried. It's just a sound check. It's an old sound guy thing. You want to test the P sound. I have a popper stopper on there, so hopefully it's not peaking when I do the P sound. Help! Okay. Next, we are going to tackle this part. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to cut the skin off the sides, and I'm probably going to lose some of the meat of our guacamole, but we're still going to have plenty of it there. We're going to do sort of a cube. And if you get a little bit of guacamole skin in your guacamole, that's not going to be a problem.
Okay.
Michaela Sims just subscribed. Thanks, Michaela. And okay, so we'll scrape that aside. And now we got to de-nut this thing, which is not easy. Oh boy. But it's, you know, so much of what you do in the kitchen is failure. But if you don't do it, you don't eat. So you got to figure out a way. Got some nut fragments in there. So this is our meat area. You call it meat. It's not meat, obviously. But you call it the meat of the guacamole. It's almost out. It's like delivering a baby or something. Okay, and then we get some of this nastiness out of there. There we go. Now we've got some nice guacamole meat, and then I'm also gonna see if I can get a little more because I don't like to waste it. I never use sharp objects in the kitchen, and it's for moments like this, because if somehow or another I slipped and cut myself, it's going to feel a lot better with this thing than it does with a sharp knife, and I can tell you that from experience. Alright, I think we're done with this. I'm going to put these in the work bowl. And we're going to start mashing. I'm going to throw all this in the trash.
Okay.
That was Destrolock09. Thanks, Destrolock. These things could actually come in handy if you have a slingshot or something. Okay. Now for the hard part. We're going to take our guacamole, well, whatever you'd call it now, I guess, our broken avomolos or whatever. This guy asks, are the nuts edible? I don't even care if they are. They're a pain in the ass, and I don't want them in my guacamole. Okay, so what we're going to do now is, now that we've deposited our skin removed guacamoles into a standard cooking work bowl, we're going to mash the contents until smooth and flat. So you're going to see this all of a sudden starting to look like actual guacamole, which is exciting. I just need to get a fork. Boy, it really doesn't mash very well. Also, I don't know how I wound up having this still on there. But we're going to get rid of it.
Okay.
I don't mind a little bit of skin in there, but that's just way too much. Thank you. The domain GPCE just subscribed. If anybody's just joining us right now, we are making homemade guacamole. I've also got some chips in the oven that we're going to dip into it. And right now, we're doing the laborious and tedious process of trying to smash our cut open guacamoles. I might actually have to start by doing it by hand because it is not behaving well. Fuck. This is the way they do it in the fancy restaurants, and they usually do it table side. If you go to Alexa, stop. If you go to a fancy Mexican restaurant, they'll have a guy or a woman come over to you to make guacamole right in front of you, and they do it like in about 3 minutes. I actually applied for that job. I was trying to find jobs that were at least related to being in a kitchen, and they didn't. They just said it took me way too fucking long to make the guacamole. And I get that, you know, if you've got a couple sitting there and it's their anniversary or something, and they're waiting for their appetizer, and it's taking you an hour to do this kind of shit. Mini Mers 1999 has resubscribed. Thanks, Mini Mers. I hope you're partying like it's 1999. Okay. I partied very little in 1999. We had something called mad cow disease that everybody was a little worried about. And it kind of put a damper on the partying. And then I found out years later that it wasn't something that was sexually transmitted, so I kind of was celibate for no reason. The domain GPCE says, congrats on applying for partnership. Thanks very much. I'm hoping that there's no problems there. At first I was worried that maybe they didn't like that every now and then I slip out a bad word, but I notice people do that when they're gaming, and certainly when you're cooking, that's something that you're going to have to be just sort of put up with. The cooking can be a very frustrating place, you know, the kitchen. Okay. Oh, the domain GPCE. Oh, okay. Those are my friends. I believe it's Brian and Raven, who I did a podcast with, and their podcast is going to be airing. We sat down and talked for an hour, so definitely check that out. N for Neatloaf, do you wear gloves in the kitchen? Yeah, sometimes you have to if you're trying to keep your hands from getting too messy, but I've got my water here, so that's okay. I think we've done this. I think that this is pretty good. Oh, my chips here. Hold on. We're gonna grab our chips from the oven. They're very hot, but they seem to be the right consistency. So we can leave those for a second to cool down. Meanwhile, let's take a look at what we've got against us here. So this is our, thanks Wise Old Giant for subscribing. Okay, somebody mentioned gloves, and I forgot. You have to wear gloves when you're working with jalapenos. There's a chemical in there called serotonin or something. Actually, if there's anybody in chat that wants to Google this, what's the name of the chemical inside the jalapeno that fucks up your hands? Kerosene or something like that. Or serotonin. I'm looking for it. I know somebody's, yes, estrogen, methamphetamine. Okay, I'm getting a lot of a variety of answers. Okay. Vitamin C, ketamine, demigod ray, capsaicin, that's the right one. And I want to say thank you to Anon It went by too fast. I think it's Anon 116 said capsaicin. I don't have any fucking gloves, so unfortunately, I'm gonna just do the best I can here, avoiding getting it on me. So I'm probably not gonna slice these as much as you should, because this is very dangerous. But we're not making a lot. Yeah, you know what? I've got the bag that my tomato came in. So there we go. This is gonna work. A little hard to grab. You want to grab this inside stuff and get rid of that. Whew! I can tell this is a hot one. Oh, speaking of which, yeah, make sure that you turn off your oven at this point, unless you're leaving it on for your next dish. Let's go ahead and cut these. I'm not going to dice these as finely as you're supposed to, so, you know, when I'm eating this, I might get a big chunk of jalapeno in my mouth. But that's part of cooking at home. It's not like you're cooking for a restaurant where you're going to piss somebody off. This is just you at home, sitting on your couch with your cat, watching TV and eating homemade guacamole. Loves Killer Robots just subscribed. Thank you, Loves Killer Robots. Now let's get our capsaicin-ridden jalapeno and put it in there. And I'm going to very carefully and delicately throw this in the trash. See what I did there? I inverted the bag so it's nice and clean. Get that in the trash before it fucks anything up. Now let's take a look at our work bowl here. We also want to cut our tomatoes. Let me get a little closer on here. They always put a sticker on here, which I don't like, because it's like, what if that has glue on it? I don't know what they're doing, what they're thinking. It's like, oh yeah, let's get a nice tomato and then put a fucking sticker on it. So here we have a standard issue tomato, and we're just going to slice it up into eighths. I've gotten a little flack in the past for not using a sharp knife for this, but as you can see, it's not so much the equipment that you're using, it's how good you are with it. And if you listen real closely, you get a little ASMR vibe that you can listen to for relaxation. Okay. Thank you, The Heroics, Z. You never want to be afraid to experiment when you're in the kitchen. I know I've said this before, but it's worth noting that there was a Swedish study that they were doing on a new drug that tested for testicular cancer. And it didn't work, but they found that while they were testing the patients, while they were being examined, the male patients were getting aroused. And that's when they realized that they had a money-making drug on them. And that's how they invented Viagra. Okay. There we go. This is too much tomato. So, I mean, that was only one tomato, but it's way too much. So I'm only going to use a portion of it. I'm going to wash my hands. you want a proportion of tomato to avocado that's probably about 8-to-1. There you go. And we're going to do more stirring here. Alexa, what proportion of tomato goes in one guacamole?
Here's something I found on the web. According to merecipes.com, top each serving with a few croutons, 2 tablespoons quartered tomatoes, and 1 tablespoon cucumber.
Okay. Not helpful. Verfs Nuever has just resubscribed. Thanks, Verse Nuever. Okay. I think this is looking good. Now for our seasonings, we've got a little bit of our salt, our pepper, as well as our stoked cumin. Oh, fuck. I almost forgot. Okay. The most important thing. Saltro just resubscribed, and that's going to be our green onions. First, it sounds like my cat, Roast Beef, has just awoken. So we're going to get a shot here. Okay. He's very old. And obviously he's got a little bit of dementia. And I'm also trying to put him on a little diet. So he's generally got... Thanks. Arctic Nemesis says he looks good for his age. I think you're probably talking about the cat. But I'm going to go ahead and feed him a little bit of... Oh, okay. No, it looks like he's good. He's just chilling right now. So he's going to be chilling while I'm making guacamole. How you doing there, buddy? He's tired from all the sleeping that he does. Sleeping can be exhausting. Okay, so where were we? Oh yeah, our green onions. I'm going to throw these away. And the scraps. I've got here our green onions. I've done a master class on how to cut green onions, but in case you don't recall, if you haven't seen it, Blurry Little Quest just gifted 10 subs. Thanks, Blurry Little Quest. In fact, I'm going to check something here, but I believe... sorry about this. Blurry Little Quest. Yeah, that's what I thought. I know I had seen that name. That is the person who we're going to do a song suggestion from Blurry Little Quest. Okay. I have here my green onions. See how they're nicely lined up? You want to get it so that the hairy part that's on the end is flush, because you don't want to be cutting them unevenly. So actually I'm probably going to use a sharper. For this one I'm going to break my rule and I'm going to use a sharper knife. Oh, yes. Make sure you're using a knife that it's obvious which side is the sharp one. Okay, these we're going to discard. Unfortunately, I think I have a little bit of capsaicin on my hands. But that's, you know, that's just going to have to be the case. See how nicely that's coming off? I'm probably going to only need about that much. And the rest of it we are going to store. And storing your green onions is very important. I will show you how we're going to do that. You see how these are a little bit wilted. It's because they're not surrounded in moisture. So I don't have paper towels, but I have some toilet paper that we're going to wrap around. Well, first we're going to dunk it in some water. Okay, and then we're going to tightly wrap our green onions in the water. See how that's going to hold in moisture? And then ideally, if you had a plastic bottle, maybe a water bottle, you could saw off the bottom of it and use it as sort of like a planter. But I don't have that, so I'm just going to put this in the refrigerator as is. And that's going to hold in moisture, and it's going to keep it more moist. Okay, so let's see how we're doing. It looks like the next step here is we're going to add our tomato, our jalapeno pepper, and our green onions, and we're going to stir some more. Add common salt and pepper, which we did. Continue stirring until beaten and tired. Put the work bowl in the refrigerator and chill for 20 minutes. Play some music. Okay. So we're pretty close. All we're going to do is we're going to put the green onions in there. And there you have it. I think we're done with our cutting board. I'm going to do one last beating of the items, stirring. So if you're just joining us, what we have here is 2 unskinned guacamoles that have been beaten and mashed and then mixed with some diced tomato along with very finely chopped green onions, as well as some seasonings, salt, pepper, cumin, and a little bit of jalapeno. Maybe too much jalapeno. We're going to find out. But there we go. It is now time to put these in the refrigerator, and we're going to chill for about 20 minutes. So that's going to give us a time to take care of a couple of song requests, maybe play a little bit of games, and generally chill. See if anybody has any questions at this juncture. Okay. GLOW78 just subscribed, thank you, and so has Grody. Okay. And or 6 Rody. Crowbloons has subscribed. All right, so check and see if you have any questions. El Napo says, do you have plan to make avgolemono sometime? Yes, for sure. This is a wonderful, wonderful, Steak Boy 159. Stooley, Hairplane has resubscribed. And Crobbuns, there's one that I missed too. So I'm going to do the best I can to answer these, but I'm getting a little bit of ADHD because I was trying to answer M. Napo's, now where's the question? Avgolemono. Yes. Avgolemono is one of my favorite dishes. It's egg. It comes from the word avgo, which is Greek for egg. Lemono, which I believe is Greek for lemon. So that's lemonos in plural.
Okay.
Quanto says, I don't have any toilet paper. Can I use phyllo dough? Yeah, you can actually. Phyllo dough is the kind of very thin Greek stuff that we made with our our spanakopita with the other day, and it actually came out just like paper. So I don't see any reason why that wouldn't hold in the moisture. Hooligan says, how come the jalapeno is dangerous to the skin but not to the mouth? It is dangerous to the mouth. It's dangerous to every part of the body, but in small amounts, you can only damage your taste buds so much. But if you've ever put a jalapeno in your mouth, it hurts. It's not good.
Okay.
But that's what the recipe called for, so we're gonna, Thanks to Blacksmith for subscribing, and Stooley gifted a tier 1 sub to Maligator. These are all terms that I 5 months ago would never have even understood in the least bit. I heard a baby crying, and for a second I thought it was roast beef.
Okay.
But roast beef seems to be alive and well. Let's see here. I'll see if we can pull up a shot again of roast beef. Sorry about that, buddy. I guess he was cleaning and now he's probably pissed off that I interrupted him. So that probably wasn't the best idea. Okay, so let's do a song. We have a request. I'm going to feed roast beef here because I think it's been a long time. And we're going to grab the guitar. And we're going to do this song that was suggested by Blurry Little Quest, who I also saw here on the resubscribing, but also is a member of the Discord, and that's where we get song suggestions. So check, test, 1, 2. Testing the mic. Help. You can hear that okay? All right, this song goes all the way back to the 1980s, which is a decade in which I spent a lot of time by myself. And here we go. It's kind of a high chorus, so I'm going to do the best I can, but it's by a group called Aha, and it's called Take On Me. We're talking away. Well, I don't know what I'm to say, I'll say it anyway. Today's another day to find you shying away. I'll be coming for your love, okay, so take on me. Take me on. I'll be gone in a day or two. It's real high there. I'm gonna keep this going. I just have to scroll down on the lyric sheet. So needless to say, I'm odds and ends, but that's me. I'm stumbling away, slowly learning that life is okay. Say after me, it's no better to be safe than sorry. Take on me. Take me on. I'll be gone one's a high one. Interesting that now we can see the lyrics for these songs. I used to hear it on the radio. I could have sworn he was saying, it's better to be safe than sorry. But what he's saying is it's no better to be safe than sorry. So I got the complete opposite message from that song and probably lived my life according to the wrong message. So Blurry Little Quest says, thanks, I knew you could hit those high notes. Thanks. Yeah, that one was very high and difficult. I'm going to do one more song for you here. And I have to do this song. I know I do it quite a bit on the show here, but this song is very significant because it actually pertains to this dish that we're making. And the song is by Jose Suicidio, and it was premiered about 10 years ago on my guacamole video, Holy Guacamole. And Hassan Crack says, Brother Man Bill. Okay, yeah, maybe I'll try a little bit of that one. That's a very long one, but here we go. In the meantime, we're going to do this song from Jose Suicidio. Holy guacamole, holy guacamole, I just got hit by a car, and you're the one who pushed me in the street, swept me off my feet, put me in a coma. Guacamole me, guacamole you, I just got mauled by a bear. You're the one who covered me with honey, thought it was so funny, how could you be so cruel? Captain Guacamole, Officer Stromboli, I just got shot in the face. And you're the one who had the smoking gun, love is just no fun whenever I'm with you. Making guacamole, mix it in the bowlie, I just got hepatitis C. And you're the one standing there with a syringe, how it makes me cringe whenever I'm with you. Holy guacamole, lumpy, green, and roly, baby, I wouldn't change a thing. 'Cause even though I'm down upon my luck, I don't give a fuck, since I have you. Okay. Bob209 just subscribes. Thanks, Bob. There you go, everybody. Let's try the request here that someone above gave. This is a very strange song by what I gather to be a strange man who I don't think is still alive, according to the internet, but I'm not sure because the internet can be wrong about stuff sometimes. Okay. 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 The brother man Bill is the brother living at the top of the hill. Da 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 da. The brother man Bill is the brother with the brother man Bill skills. Da 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 da. The brother man Bill's got a bottle of brother man Bill chill pills. Da 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 da. The brother man Bill put the terrible Tim at the top of the bill. Da 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 da. Brother man Bill, brother man Bill, brother man Bill. Da 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 da. Da 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 Bill, brother man Bill, brother man Bill. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da da I might have messed that up a little bit, but we've got some fans of the song out there. Breezy Bob, Sleep Wiz, and Beelzebub, and a few others. So speaking of Beelzebub, I want to say a special thank you to the moderators of the Henry's Kitchen broadcast, which are Dingo Bop, Fawcan, Dom Beef, Hottest Bear, Do Dingle, Dogoggy, Dr. Flanges, Bacchus, and most recently, Shane Yes, and the one I just mentioned, Beelzebub. Thanks for moderating. It's a lot of work. The first broadcast that I did, there were all these people, just basically the whole feed was people saying, you know, wow, you suck, or you're bald, or you're fat, or all kinds of weird stuff. And the moderators have done a nice job trying to keep things. I mean, I still get those comments, but they've done a nice job filtering some stuff. I also want to say thanks to Sir Doom, who introduced me to Bumble Vision, the LGX, and Daisy Blossom. And this Thursday night on my stream that I do on Thursday nights, which is just games and guitar, I'm going to be, at 9 p.m. Pacific time, I'm going to be playing some games with the LGX and Bumble Vision, who both have their own channels, and they're very good in their own right. Always want to say a shout out and a thank you to Nim. Nim is the streamer who got me on Twitch.
Okay.
Ann Fooney just subscribed. Thanks, Ann Fooney. And Gabby. Make sure I haven't missed anybody. Sanest Florida Man. Zankoth. Maxie Aunts. Bob209. Scarecrow Wink. Scarecrow Clear. The Blacksmith. Okay, so thanks. Thanks, Nim, for sending a lot of people to the Henry's Kitchen channel, along with a lot of other streamers who've shown the Henry's Kitchen shows on their streams, like Forsen, Moon, XQC, Emaru, and Brian W. Foster. And I also want to say a thank you and a shout out to my friend Bill Larkin Music, who's my first real life friend as opposed to virtual friend, which is just as good. But a real life friend who, when I called to talk about Twitch, he let me know about it. And that's Bill Larkin Music, who's just an amazing musician. And I also want to say thank you to Quanto, who approached me with this genius idea to have the transitions, the Henry's Kitchen transitions that I have on the YouTube channel. And it's pretty amazing. So thanks, Quanto, and I hope I'm not leaving anybody out. And I also want to mention that the Discord channel is really growing, and that's where you can get give ingredients. You can give me recipe suggestions, song suggestions, game suggestions, and just chat. And people have posted some great fan art and pictures of their animals, which I don't know where mine went, but all right, so we've got a little bit more time here while we're still Tim Left says, hey, if a guy named Slicker comes, don't lend him any, asking for money. Slicker, I probably wouldn't, because I don't really have any money. Wow, these are going fast. Got Bella something or other said Discord notifications are nice, so that's good.
Okay.
Fortunatre, that sounds French. Thank you. And Video has subscribed along with Zankoth, Ann Fooney, and Gabby. Okay. Shoto Unworth says, ask, Alexa, how much time do we have left on our timer?
There are no timers set.
Okay. So I may not have actually set the timer. Which is problematic. I think it's probably been close to 20 minutes. I'm not sure. But that's okay. I want to do another thing with you here. A couple weeks ago, I was playing a game called Stray, which is
Okay.
a game about a cat who goes through this post-apocalyptic area and gets lost from his friends and is trying to find his way back to civilization. And I didn't know the first couple of years of Roast Beef's life because he's a rescue, but I like to imagine that this game is sort of based on what his life was like before he found civilization. So let's play it a little bit. And I apologize, I got mixed up with the save points because I was checking it out and playing it on my own, and then I didn't do that on the stream. So I'm going to pick up this game where we left off, and I'll explain to you what exactly is happening here. I'm still, not great with a lot of the technical stuff. We don't have the roast beef cam, unfortunately, this time because I don't have a tripod anymore because it broke. So I'm going to just mute the that camera, and then we're going to put on our game here. But if you can just imagine roast beef basically sleeping during the game. Let's see, how does this work? In order for you to get sound, I think I need to put it on maybe this. So many problems. I guess you can hear that okay, and you can hear me. Check. Help. Okay. Yeah, so let's play a little bit of the game here. So for those who are just joining us or just want a little bit of a recap, we have our cat here, Roast Beef, who just woke up from a nap with some robot guy that we can talk to here. Those circles of light are pleasing to watch, but I want to watch the real sky. So it's a little bit of a Logan's Run. Oh, yeah, Mads isn't available. Thanks for reminding me. I got to update the category because I always forget that. Let's see here. Stream information. Oh, okay, it's already been updated. I think one of the moderators did that, so thanks for doing that. And now I'm in a whole other, okay. So it's a little bit of a Logan's Run type thing where we're in this sort of enclosed space. Let's look at what this guy's looking at. It looks like he's looking at a circular formation of stars, which are actually fake. And we're underneath this big neon thing. I have a jetpack, but it's actually not a jetpack. It's just a robot on my back. I'm sorry, not me. Roast Beef has. I gotta make sure. It's in the first person, but this cat is definitely Roast Beef, wearing a jetpack. He's very careless sometimes and knocks shit over. Hopefully he didn't hurt somebody there. But let's take a look at what we have here in our stuff. Oh, well, that's our robot that comes to help us. The Guardian told us to talk to Momo in the big building with the orange neon sign, which we just saw. Okay, so that's what we have to do. We have to go talk to Momo, who's in this building here, so... kind of tricky to get up there, but there's little And I always welcome it if anybody has played the game before. If I'm fucking up, please let me know. The games that I'm used to playing are Adventure on the Atari from the 80s, and obviously the graphics here are much better, but sometimes it can get a little bit confusing. So what I'm trying to do is get up there to this thing. I just knocked that out of the way. Oh, here we go. Okay. I guess I can pop through this window. Caution not advised says this game sets unreasonable standards for cats. Yeah, I'd say. I mean, the guy's got a jetpack and he's jumping around like there's nothing. Alan Watts says Slender Man. Virtual says, at what age did you start playing the guitar? That was 8 years old. And I was in a band. And music was really the first thing, the first major failure that I had. And then there were several after that. Okay, so we're going to meet this guy, Momo. It's never going to work, he says. Why did I let them go? I'm all alone now. Hey, what do you want? Well, we've got these items. A poncho, which I think is worthless. But we have a postcard that we found. This is a picture of the outside. Do you want to go there? Well, don't bother. It's a waste of time. Yucky Duck says, when you fail, it's like in life, just remember, it won't be the last time. There's more to come. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. It's a waste of time, this guy Momo says. My friend has this dream too, but now they're all gone and I'm alone. I don't know where they ended up. Tried to contact them, but that transceiver doesn't work, and it looks like he used an expletive there. I'm sure he means that fucking transceiver. My friends and I took notes of our research about the outside. Here, take mine if you're really going to go there. Okay, so we've got a new item, and that's his notebook. You're on your own. I'm done. Good luck. Momo seems very sad. He's also a little bit of a dick, but it says he misses his friends. Let me check the notebook. The Outsider's Manifesto. We must go outside at any cost. We must protect our brothers and sisters. We must stay away from the Zerks. It's signed Clementine, Zalbatar, Doc, and Momo. It looks like Momo's name was added later. I think we should find the other notebooks. Okay, so we gotta find these other notebooks now. I guess I'm gonna take a little look around this guy's apartment. Back Home 2, I remember this video game. So that's a video game that I guess this guy plays. It was made just after I was created. The scientist and I spent a lot of time playing it. It was fun. I miss it. That's just some kind of boring sentimental type stuff. Blaze God says knock his stuff over. Yeah, you know what? It's great when you're a cat because you can just sort of knock stuff over and you don't really have to be worried if you're pissing them off or not, because they can't get mad at you the way they would if they were a human. I guess we can translate this. The city has a cylindrical shape. Oh wow, okay, so it really is like a Logan's Run style dome. There's a level above ours. The city seems to have a ceiling. If I believe my books, the blue sky is hidden behind it. Okay, so if we can get past that dome. Oh, whoops. Just did it again. What other kind of shit does this guy have here? I can't really knock everything over, I guess. Outsiders. I think we're basically done here. You got anything to drink? No. Okay, I think we're done. I think we're gonna get out of here.
Okay.
Extraterrestrials just subscribed. Thank you, Extraterrestrials. I want to make sure I'm not missing a lot of what you guys are saying here. The symbol on the wall matches the one on the notebook. Ah, okay. So it looks like we have to go there. That was pretty unsubtle, but it seems like a lead. Oh, perfect. There's a little bucket here that we can jump into. And that's going to take us down there. If you're just joining us, this is my cat, Roast Beef, experiencing what he probably did before he was rescued. Oh shit, I didn't want to get in that thing. I just totally messed up. I think the outsiders seem to live in the upper flats. We won't find anything down here. Yeah, I know. I got in an extra bucket that I didn't want to get into. See if I can get back up there now.
Okay.
Couple of new subscribers here. I just want to say thank you to we've got Anime Wet Spot has subscribed, Zenyatta has subscribed, Extraterrestrials. Okay, we got Extraterrestrials, Dummy 352, Kickle Bucket, and Fortunatre, which is French, I believe. So thanks everybody for the subscriptions. Let's see. How do we get to that thing now? Oh boy. Just knocked a baseball out of the way there. Is this where it was? I think that was Momo's. And we wanted to go right across from Momo's. Ah, shit. Oh yeah, that's it. Oh, this fucking guy.
Okay.
Thanks Perp Terp. Thanks for joining us. Where am I? Oh. Kind of hard to get up there. There we go. All right, I think we're in some dude's house here. There's some kind of item here. I don't know if this thing does anything. Some kind of a radio situation. Doll says, hi Henry, did you hear about the drama? Some guy named Dr. Disrespectful cheated on his 2 wives. Really weird stuff. I don't know if that's within the game. But that's, you know, with a name like Dr. Somebody wants me to turn the camera around. Yeah. Dr. Disrespectful. Okay, yeah, so you remember Momo was across and is telling us that we need to go here to this guy's place. Uh-oh. We're looking for this type of symbol here. Oh, fortunately there's a hole here. Seem to be in some kind of library situation. We're trying to find another. We have to look in the abandoned flats. You should be able to see them all around the rooftops. So yeah, we have to find all the places that have that symbol, I guess. M. So, if only there were any books around, we could find the notebook. Looks like there's the outside. One of these robot guys. Oh boy, this is where sometimes it gets a little tedious. Oh, we got a piano. I might just fuck around on the piano instead of trying to find the guy's notebook. Alright, I'm wondering if I need help. Bertwa says hello, Ter. Hello. Oh, did I take... There's a musician that if you collect sheet music, he'll play music for you. Alright, we're gonna... This is one of these things with these games. You have to, like, cover every little area.
Okay.
Thanks, Arrows1029. Thanks for joining us here. Ah. You always got to do the nails. Quanto says there's a safe in one of the bookshelves. Really? That's the kind of advice we need here. Ah, okay. There's a little circle here somewhere. But I don't know how to get to it. Does that mean it's on the other side? Ah, there it is. It was covered by a bunch of books. Makeshift assembly line says, is the guacamole getting over chilled? I don't think you can over chill stuff. Yeah, no, thanks to Quanto for that, because I was going to be spending probably about 45 minutes doing this, and that's no fun for anybody. Someone said it's fascinating how different people play the same game. Let me know if I'm doing anything blatantly or egregiously bad. But I need an item to use. Oh, I need some kind of an item to do this with. What in the hell is that item now? I keep saying I should be saying roast beef. There's something on his computer. I see this thing here. That circle usually means that there's something I can do. Let's see. All right, I need help again because we've got guacamole going and I don't want to over chill it. How to develop your artificial intelligence in order to be as creative as a real human. Okay, so that seems like it's made for these robots. We've already played the piano. I mean, I think we've done, unless I'm missing something. Maybe I was going through too fast. Gotta save. Can't use the save. Quanto says, look in the bedroom. All right, I need this. The bedroom. See, that's why I suck, because I didn't even know there was a bedroom here. Is this the guy's bedroom? No, he's not gonna have a piano in his bedroom. Well, this is outside. We need to find his bed. That's sort of his living room. Can I do anything there? No. Oh, here we go. It's covered with frickin' books. Hey Doc, I found the keys to your safe. You need to be more careful with these. Alright. So, I've got the keys now. It's not enough to bury your safe behind a bunch of books. Yeah. Well, it worked for me. Anything else going on here now? Let's go to that safe.
Okay.
Thanks, Panely. Just resubscribe. Oh, there's the safe. Ooh. We've got some goods. We've got the notebook. After weeks, I've made a spectrometer with a powerful UV lamp. With this, we should be capable of warning. I don't know if you guys remember, there's these things called zerks that stick to you and eat you, and that's what everybody's afraid of here. And the robots seem to be afraid of cats, too. The initial attempt was explosive. I might have to test it under real conditions. Let's find the other notebooks. Okay, so there's nothing else I can grab here. Okay. Yeah, let's get out of here. How do we get out of here? I guess we're going to go out the way that we came. Do a little bit more of this stuff. Now, we don't really have time for our claws right now. We'll watch a little TV. This lets us get up close. Just a lot of gibberish going on there. Wow, some creepy stuff. Who's this guy? Hector. You look weird and small. But there's something about you. That used to be my favorite pickup line. I feel compelled to pet you, but I won't because I don't understand why. Oh, it's like because he's a robot, I guess. Oh, I pushed the button again. I'm sorry. Alright, so no help from that. Oh, wait, I can show him our items. Let's show him Doc's notebook here. That's a logo of the Outsiders. They were a group of people looking for the surface. Mobo was one of them. One day they decided to put their plan into action and went into the sewers. Sadly, not a peep from them since. For some reason, Mobo stayed behind. I think he'll always regret that decision. Poor guy. Alright. This guy's boring. Alright, let's find another one of these houses with the notebooks. There's also a sub-quest where you get these drinks and you give them to the barter man. By the way, I read the comments afterward. Sometimes I'll miss them, but there's actually some really good comments. There was somebody named, I think it was Generico or something, who said, "Can't find a barter man," which is a reference to the Pearl Jam song, and it cracked me up. Can't find a barter man. Alright, let's get the fuck out of here, I guess. Knocking stuff over. I hope there's not people down there. Alright, we need to find another one of these, Is that a notebook place? Oh wait, that's... I think this is the one that we went into, no? Ventilation power supply. Oops. I think I just cut out their power supply. Alright, I'm in another guy's house. There's probably a notebook here. For some reason I couldn't knock stuff over on Momo, but I can do it every place else. Alright, notebook, where are you? Anything to drink? Wait, there's something. Oh, I've got some water. Godzilla 8939, what's your favorite Pearl Jam song? Mine is Immortality. I don't know a lot of their songs, but Can't Find a Barter Man's a good one. Or Can't Find a Better Man. Let's see here. That was sort of after my time. I was a big Debbie Gibson fan. And then the Pearl Jam stuff was a little bit too rockin' for me or something. I couldn't really understand the lyrics. Alright, what do we got? I just kind of want to find this thing. Alright, I'm going to have to start paying attention to my surroundings here. Have we gone up here? Yeah, I think we have. Nothing there. Gonna look at some of your comments here. Quanto says check the bedroom. I guess the bedroom is where all these people keep their stuff. Well, this is the bedroom, I think. Is there a book somewhere? Underneath? Maybe I knocked a bunch of books over on it. Now I'm sort of in the kitchen or bathroom or something. Uh-oh, what was that? Oh, here we go. We have just taken Zakatoa's notebook. This one seems to belong to, Zalbazar. All trace organic life has disappeared except for what we call the Zerks. They seem to almost eat anything that moves and breed at an inconceivable rate, as if being locked in this city wasn't hard enough. Let's find the other notebooks. Yeah. All right. So, if I'm not mistaken, we currently have 3. We found 3 notebooks. So we just have to find one more. I'm accepting help from anybody who has it. Because the last thing I want to be doing, or that roast beef wants to be doing, is just wandering around hopelessly in a post-apocalyptic, robot-infested place. But I might do some scratching. Oh, look at that. I think I just opened a secret window. Where do I go now? Can I go anywhere? Now the question is which one. All right, Double Leopard's just resubscribed. All right, we got to get to this. The problem is that I'm going to start. Here, talk to this guy. I love the weather right now. Let's show him a notebook. I already talked to Momo. Okay, I see one over there, but is that one that we've already been to? Wow, I'm kind of... All right. Yeah, this is another guy's house here. Oh no, is this one we've already been to? No, maybe not. Oh, I see, okay. Oh, there we go. We've got all the notebooks. Everything's according to the plan. We did something before the transceiver went down. They're in a place called Midtown, and apparently it's controlled by some kind of oppressive force. I talked to Momo earlier. His eyes, I know this look. He will not come with us. Oh. There's also a note in this book. It says, I found a design flaw in the transceiver, but I think I figured it out. Here's the equation. With this, we should be able to help Momo repair the transceiver. If it can communicate with the upper levels, that could be our way up. Let's show him what we found. Okay. I guess we gotta find Momo, but I feel like there were a couple of other things that we needed to do in this place. What's this? Oh, we got more sheet music. Yeah, you know what I might do is go down to that musician and give him the sheet music. I'm not sure what the purpose of that is, but... Well, there's...
Okay.
That's Momo. Hey, Cinder Victoria just subscribed. Thanks for subscribing. Let's go ahead and do Momo.
Okay.
Thanks, Electro Turco, for subscribing. Shit, now I'm kind of lost all of a sudden. I think we're in the right place. Alright, fuck it. I'm gonna... I'm probably going to wrap this up real soon here so that we can do our... see how our homemade guacamole went. But, do one last shot at trying to find... Now that guy's boring. You can hear roast beef getting frustrated there. Alright, yeah, we're gonna probably get to it here. Okay, here we go. We're gonna go down. And I'm gonna just go to that musician guy. Uh-oh, what's this? Go right through that guy. R.I.P. humans. No need to translate that, right? Oh, I guess I need to remember it, though. Blurry Little Quest says, hope it's not over chilled. I don't think it's going to be. You know, there's some foods that you actually chill for about, I don't know, several weeks. And I think when the recipe says chill, they just mean that we're supposed to chill while we're waiting for it. It doesn't mean it's supposed to chill. What do you think it feels like being dead? Wow, this guy's getting beat. I think, unfortunately, roast beef might be a little too close to that one. He's very old. I know it's silly coming from me, but are they actually at peace? Will I be at peace when I die? I don't know what death feels like for an AI. I'm sorry, I didn't want to break the mood. What's going on? Yeah, wow, he started getting real deep there. Oh, looks like we've got another one of our drinks here. Go down the stairs. We gotta find our musician buddy. Or we gotta find Bader Man. Or Butter Man. Barter Man. Alright. Somebody on the chat told me last time that, oh, who's this guy? So if today is yesterday's tomorrow, tomorrow will be yesterday today, right? Time is weird. We don't age like our soft one ancestors. We are trapped here forever. Okay, that guy wants to get real deep, but we have way too much stuff to be thinking about right now. Mostly we need,
Oh, hi.
Okay, so we got Barter Man to our left. Can't find a Barter Man. Super Spirit Laundry, we already did that one. Grandma Clothing, we got. Elliot Programming, I don't think we've done, but here. I'm going to go to the musician. Oh, this guy's cleaning up his milk. The musician is over here. We're going to have him play a song, and then we're going to save the game, and then we're going to have guacamole. Quanto says neon sign is Momo. Yeah, I got to remember that. Okay. Thanks for that music. I will practice. I've got more here. Sheet music. Cool Down is the name of the song. I think I can play this. Look. Oh shit, I did this before. This is a... Put a bag on my head. It's a drag. I think it reverses the controls. Yeah, get rid of that shit. Okay, we're gonna sleep next to the musician. This is the most realistic roast beef position that we have in the game, and that's sleeping. It'd actually be a lot easier to sleep if this guy was not doing that. But there you have it. Let's go ahead and oops. Let's start eating guacamole, everybody. I'm gonna save that where we had it before. Oh shit. Because I don't want to mess it up. Okay. It's time for guacamole. I want to see if there's any questions. Oh, Fortuna said, can you meow more? Yeah, when you press B, you meow, and that is something I should be doing more of. What kind of wine do you recommend with your guacamole? Wine pairings are a very interesting thing. I want to say that the general rule is white wine goes with white meat, red meat goes with red wine. Same with bread. White bread goes with white wine. Red bread would be red. I don't know if it's red. Yeah, red wine. Green guacamole, I'd say, I think red and blue make green. So most likely go with the green. Or maybe serve a red wine and a white wine and drink both of them. And that way you know that you're covering yourself. Okay, here we go. Let's serve this out on a little bowl. I've got our bowl here. And we're just going to be pouring this out into it. This is our homemade fresh guacamole with all kinds of fun fixins in there. And make sure you get all of it. You don't want to be wasting anything. I'm going to use a less sharp knife because that one's starting to cut into my plastic bowl. Uh-oh, we got a little bit of it. How did we get... Somehow I got the ends of our fucking green onions in there with the hair on it. I don't know how that happened. I thought I was more careful. But there we have it. Let's get some of our chips, guys. Let's see here. I'm going to take 2 chips. Put them in here. Like so. Okay. I want to make a nice presentation of this. Let's get another chip here on the other side. And there is Henry's famous holy guacamole. Let's take a look at our example pick and see. Yeah, so theirs is a little bit more green, or a lighter green. Ours is maybe a little bit more kind of muddy looking. And also they used a more crisp tortilla than we did. But I'd say overall, this is pretty much a success. I mean, I'd say it's pretty close to the same thing. There it is. Now for the fun part, let's eat it. I want to say thanks again to all the moderators and to all the wonderful people in the Twitch community for showing Henry's Kitchen, and also to the viewers for showing up and asking great questions. And again, I do read the chats later, so if you said something funny here, I will be seeing it eventually, and it'll crack me up. Let's see what we got here. I can't seem to get it on my chip. I'll tell you this. The chip is no bueno. I'm sorry, everybody. It just occurred to me that tortilla that I use, the spinach tortilla, has been sitting in the refrigerator for several months at this point, and there's something wrong with it. So, but the guacamole is fresh, so I'm just gonna eat that. Yeah, maybe a little heavy on the cumin, but not bad. Not too bad at all. Someone said maybe it's not a spinach tortilla, maybe just a regular tortilla. A wheat tortilla, maybe. I don't know. But it was not good. But I'm digging this. Got some tomato. I think we're in good shape. Ooh. Damn. Big chunk of jalapeno, and the capsaicin is really burning my mouth. So that's another little bit of an unfortunate part. But overall, I'm still going to call this a success. Cormac YYC, if you ever get the opportunity to cool for the Queen of England, or to cook probably, for the Queen of England, what would you cook for her? That's a good dream to have. The Queen of England, that would be pretty awesome. I guess I would probably go with, well, if I can perfect this guacamole a little bit, that might be a good one, because it's got a catchy title, The Holy Guacamole. It's also very Southwestern. In, generally speaking, and South American, and it's something that would have sort of a uniqueness about it. Hacklin says, can I use a cookie that I stole from Starbucks instead of tortillas? Yeah, you can use any kind of bread on this. But let's see, what's the date here? The date is now September the 18th, 2022. So that means that in a couple weeks, we've got Halloween, not Halloween coming, but we're going to start October, and there's going to be a lot of Halloween dishes. We're going to make fake pumpkin faces, Jacko pizza, Henry's pumpkin pancakes. We're going to have a lot of fun. And there's going to be more fun Wednesday. I'll be here cooking. I think I'm going to make the Scotch egg. Speaking of the Queen of England, we're going to make the Scotch egg, and we're going to sing some Irish jigs, maybe play a little bit more Stray. And also that one's going to be sponsored by Factor 75. So I'll be doing a little bit of a presentation, unboxing their items. And then Thursday night, don't forget that I'll be playing games with Bumblevision and the LGX and others who both have their own channels. And we're going to do some more songs. So join the Discord. Let me know what songs you want to hear. I'm trying to get to all of them. And this is not the best. So, anyway. Demigod Ray says, what games? We're looking at a game called Fall Guys, which I've never played before, but that could be a good one. I also want to thank Mochi's Nirvana for joining me last Thursday. We had a lot of fun playing Overcooked 2. I'll also be doing a little bit more Food Truck Simulator. I think that went pretty well. And a lot of other stuff. Dolan Trom says, can I substitute the avocado and the guacamole with some grass from my garden since they're both green? Yeah, I mean, grass is organic. It's if you ball it up, it's still going to look like guacamole, I would think. Joey on Tilt says the avocado... Wait. These are hard sometimes. The avocado looked very overripe. Yeah. Thanks. All right. Well, I'm going to enjoy my lunch here. And I hope that everybody... I also want to give a shout out to Brian Daniels, whose podcast I did the other day. And that's going to be airing on Monday, I believe. So thanks for joining us. And thanks to all the moderators. And I hope everybody has a great rest of their Sunday and a great rest of their week. Thanks, everyone.